Internet Radio, Power 108.9.
You want to answer that, don't you? I bet it's just killing you seeing the soft glow just inches away. Someone wants to tell you something or ask you something. Oh, come on, answer it already. Just so we're clear, that wasn't my fault. Next time, ignore your inner voice. Don't text and drive.
Stay up on what's happening here at Power. We've got new shows, new guests, and new events that help us connect with the community. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Power 108.9. You can also go to power1089.com to get all of the updated news and happenings here at Power. Thanks for listening.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Peace and blessings, family. This is the Vanguard on Power 108.9, broadcasting live from the Battery at SunTrust Park in the great city of Atlanta. Thank you for tuning in. And be sure to like, comment, and share our feed. My name is Malik Ishmael. I'm the co-host of the Vanguard, along with Kathy Robinson and Kwame Welsh. We have a great show today, including Brian Aber, the artist, and another artist, but a rap artist, 9D4. So it's going to be a great show. And I want to go ahead and turn over to Kwame's segment.
Good morning, everyone. There was a lot on my mind. We had a blackout in New York City last night. So happens it was exactly 42 years after the 1977 blackout.
Wow.
You can imagine on the anniversary, we have a blackout. Doesn't that seem kind of strange to you?
Yes.
Sounds very strange. Yeah.
Anyway, speaking about New York, I'm wearing my
representing
bookstore. Where I
right.
get a lot of my books from New York.
Okay.
And speaking about traveling and so forth, this week, ASP, Atlanta Segment Productions, we had something incredible happen. We opened our first office outside of Atlanta in Yellow Springs, Ohio this week.
Congratulations.
So,
Congratulations.
So we actually have branch managers and agents that are posted in different major cities around the world in the United States. And they're like my, like fingers.
Oh, okay, right. The tentacles, right?
Tentacles, exactly. Yes, that's a better word right there. So that's big news. Right now we're launching a comic book arm, and we're looking for artists. You might see my Instagram from time to time.
Okay.
We're looking for artists and writers for our comic book series.
Oh,
and it's basically mostly, we're just doing a few superheroes, but it's mostly historical figures and historical incidents that happen.
Artists are building, that's for sure.
All right, so Kwame, where can they go?
Yes, we have a new Instagram. It's at atlanta.segment.publications. And that will give you the comic book side of our, of our work. And then you can either go to our other Instagram is at Atlanta_segment_productions. And that will give you more of the film and TV stuff that we're planning.
Outstanding. What I want to do now is, did Kathy have a segment right now?
Yes. Only thing I wanted to do is have everybody give prayers to Louisiana, where I'm from.
Definitely.
They're actually, so please keep Louisiana's people all in your prayers, and even the surrounding states that will get hit from it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, right now we're going to bring on Brother Brian Aber. Maybe we can go ahead and get him all set. the Vanguard on Power 108.9. And next up will be Brian Hebert, artist, muralist. And we're excited to talk to him. And we got 9D4 in the building as well. See you then.
Yes, sir. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, good. 1 2. Okay.
Peace and blessings, family. This is the Vanguard on Power 108.9. Our next guest is Brian Hebert. And Brian was born and raised in the city of Los Angeles, California, has always been an artist. Brian studied fine arts at Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, obtained his BF degree, which I believe is Bachelor of Fine Arts. There we go. And also, I think that was in the spring of 1997. While at Southern, Brian was taught and mentored by a team of outstanding professors, Martin Payton, Addie Dawson, Iba. There we go. Okay. Van Chambers, Randall Henry, Jason Daniels, and Robert Cox, that prepared him for a career as an artist. And we're definitely glad to have Brother Brian here. And my first question is, it was Pablo Picasso who once said, our goal in life is to discover our gift. Our purpose in life is to give it away. When did you first discover your gift?
Welcome. Well, let me first say thank you. I appreciate
our pleasure,
you guys and being here and, taking the time out to talk to a brother about some artwork and,
for sure.
and that kind of love. I appreciate it. Power 108. And man, thank you so much, brother. Man, Malik, man, we go way back.
Oh, no doubt.
But I appreciate everybody. And I just want to say that first.
Right on.
I just, when you're growing up, you don't really get a lot of, if you're not doing sports,
right.
You know what I mean? And, I play sports, if that's the stuff that we really pay attention to. Right. On a higher level, it's like music and art. Like if your folks got you playing music as a kid, they got you taking piano lessons, understanding that it's tapping other parts of your brain and your spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I didn't have a lot of that. I mean, I did in one aspect,
right,
but nurturing visual. So I always, reflecting back, I always had it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I always like to draw stuff, and it was always a visionary. I'll say that.
Okay.
Didn't get no training in it until really I got to Southern.
Oh wow.
Okay. Before that it was just like graffiti drawings and things of that nature. We gravitated to hip hop,
right,
to get out away from what else, the other stuff going on in LA at the time. Because it's all smothering.
Yeah, I lived in LA.
Yeah,
and
man. Yeah. It's like outlets, the cat who hooked up pop locking and break dancing and rapping and DJing or whatever. We was trying to get away. That's what that was. So, you know what I mean? Plus tapping into who we really were. But the outside environment don't necessarily support that.
Okay. And one other question for me is also, I should say a statement, is you just recently returned from international art collaboration. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it was like a beginning. Like we did we did a collaborative with some Cuban artists in Central Havana,
Wow.
the Jose Marti Community Arts Collective.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're real tight and sisters, man. They got, you know, a nice space and they, you know, get it in.
Oh, okay.
So we went down there. Really, I went down there to solidify a connection with them because we did a collaborative international project called it was titled International Spirit, Persistence and Resistance, and it was inspired by the documentary Cuba African Odyssey.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
and we got into that whole documentary and the work that came out. It was like maybe 7 of us on this side, and then it's a big collective. So they couldn't send their work here. We actually did it. You know, you came out, supported at the Southwest Arts Center in 08.
Yeah.
And 99 Gallery 992, and it was great. We did a nice exhibition, but we were missing the Cuban artists,
Right?
Because they just, you know, politics and getting the work here, which is a huge thing. You ain't mailing no artwork to Cuba.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? It ain't
Trump
happening.
gonna put his stamp on it.
You know what I mean? Be sitting at the
Agent
post
Orange gonna
office
do what he
like-
does.
So we I just went to solidify because my friends of mine, partners of mine, they made the connection. And then I had to come solidify because I had the background in, you know, curatorial work. It was at Southwest Arts Center, managing a gallery and a exhibition space, like 2 spaces. So it was like, man, you need to talk to these cats, come out here. Went out there, made that connection, and it was great.
And the venue was that Fabrica d'Arte? Is that that's one of the venues for it, or
no, actually, the one we're actually going to do the actual full exhibition this December.
Oh, okay.
In Cuba at the Jose Marti Community Center.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna do. They're doing work to renovate like the 2nd floor. You know, they have a 2nd floor that's just it was just pretty much junky. You know, it needed some stuff done to it, so we said we'll support that.
Okay.
So the collaborative, the full blown collaborative, is this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And did you get? And also, my last question: did you get a chance to visit the what they call the Black Barrio, which is Callejon, what is it, Cali Callejon or something like that? It's where all it has like a whole bunch of Black Afro-Cubans that have drawn this whole mosaic around their community. I don't know if you had a chance to see that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been to Havana and I visited that, and it was amazing. So I'm gonna get you up on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Hey, we it was so much Blackness there. It was, you know, because we were right in the neighborhood.
Right.
You know, and so we saw a lot, but of course, when we go back this time, we're trying to do like a tour. We want to go to the other side of the island.
Oh, Santiago de Cuba.
Santiago de Cuba.
Yeah,
Yes, that's the plan.
That's where I have relatives.
Word. So that's the plan. So anybody that's interested, December 20th, we gonna hit it. So we'll get to see a lot more. But that connection, that just bond with, man, it's on.
Well, you know, Santiago de Cuba kind of reminds me of Salvador de Bahia, because I had a chance to go to Rio de Janeiro and then Salvador Bahia, and I found that the true African in soul is really in Salvador Bahia, and I'm pretty sure it's the same down in Santiago de Cuba. But I haven't had a chance to go there, but I would be very excited about checking it out there.
Hey, you might want to come on down.
All right, 20th. All right.
So with your December 20th, first of all, need to know how can they get in contact with you, and we will also share it on the website. Oh
yeah, you can contact me at Bern174. That's BERN174 at yahoo.com. Or BERN_174 on Instagram. Also, Babylon Beware on Instagram, and 404-358-6369 is my phone number. Call me.
And the Babylon Beware, that's your clothing line,
T-shirt
right?
company.
T-shirt
Yes.
company.
All right.
Okay,
Yes,
all right
yes,
now.
yes, indeed. So yeah, this is vintage Babylon Beware right here.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm pushing it. I got a bunch of different colors, and I got the whole setup. So
Do you have big and small size though?
sure do. I got all sizes.
Baby.
I get it. Yeah, and the website is up at BabylonBeware.com. BabylonBwear.com.
Okay. We're about to go to a break, and we'll be right back with the Vanguard on Power 108.9.
I like the shirt. I like the shirt.
Thank you.
At first, I thought it was a lion.
Right, yeah, I got to get it.
You know, it's funny how
Yeah.
energy.
Exactly.
Because it's a boxer.
Oh, we'll do it.
Charles Brothers, Jamel.
Okay, we'll do it.
All right. They're one of those.
Oh, can you? I'll bid on your question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I know only jack for beats. I jack for questions. I'm steady mobbing up in this piece. All right.
He go one more question. I'm like,
Hey, man.
So that was your number 5. What's that number 5?
Yeah, you got to start scratching out. That's how Michael do it in the morning. He scratch
Oh,
out.
okay, yes.
Yeah, I think you scratching out. So you want to ask again? Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. All right. What's up? Oh,
yeah, and that's
Right,
what it is to get comfortable.
yeah. Repetition.
Yeah. Because normally it's basic standard question.
Okay, yeah. And we're going to bring a special surprise for Brian.
All right.
Yes, come on. Peace and blessings, family. This is the Vanguard on Power 108.9. We have a call on the phone for Brother Brian Abear. So let's get her in here from you, caller. Hello, brother. You there?
Hello, hey, how's it going?
How you doing, man? How you doing, my brother?
Oh, doing fine.
All right, we
Doing
got
great.
Brian
I'm
Abear
really
here.
enjoying the show.
Oh, okay. We got Brian Abear here. You want to holler at him for a quick second?
Oh, yes, hey, Hotep, Brother Brian, how's it going?
All right, man. How you doing, Brother Kamal, man? Good to hear your voice, man.
Oh, same here. Good to hear yours, too.
Yes, it did.
I was just wanting to thank you for helping us with the photo exhibit last year. Very historical exhibit of the 50th anniversary of the founding of the Los Angeles chapter of the Black Panther Party. And I really appreciate you and helping us get that launch there in Atlanta. And I want to thank the people in Atlanta for coming out to support us as well.
Yeah, man.
And it was a very good show. And the exhibit, you helping us make that happen, and I really appreciate it.
Man, you welcome, man. You know how we do it, man. All good. And, I thank you for your assistance and everything. We made it all work. Teamwork, make the dream work,
I already know.
Straight up. But thank you so much for that, though, man. I appreciate you.
And thanks a lot, brother. And I'll be talking with you real soon afterwards, man.
Okay, then, Brother Malik. All right, then. I'll be talking to you later.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Take it easy.
And that was definitely a blast from the past,
yes,
brother. You
indeed.
enjoyed
Yeah,
that? Well, I think Kathy and Kwame got some questions for you.
All right. So the question I have is, how did you get started in the arts field?
Well, it was really, man, I got to give all that to Southern.
Oh.
Southern University, man. I give major props to Southern, because at the time, it wasn't like I came up like going to art programs throughout LA. LA has plenty of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, once I in high school, I would gravitate to my art class. I would be in there doing stuff, and then I get like assignments to do the banners for the basketball games. And so then when I went to Southern, and so crazy, because it's all divine as far as I'm concerned, because I knew nothing about what art school to go to and who got the best program. If I would have listened to that, which was more like Babylon,
Correct.
I would have been somewhere probably all messed up, because it's not a nurturing.
It's got to be a love.
It has to be a love. So I go to Southern, I'm blind with it. I'm just like art. I'm signed up and whatever it came with. But I'm in there with cast Martin Payton. He's a legend. You know what I mean? Martin Payton he's a G. He big time. And then if you look up major Black artists making moves, because this art thing is a marathon race. It ain't no sprint.
Right.
So you see Martin Payton and Randall Henry, both them brothers is making some serious moves right now. Payton was always a bad boy. So I'm in there with Cox was bad, Yuba was bad, Van Chambers, Daniels. I mean, it was just a great environment. And I didn't stumble into it, but
I got you.
And so that's how I got started.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I have a question. How did living in Los Angeles, Baton Rouge, and Atlanta cultivate your gift?
Man, LA, you know, just being LA has is unique in itself. I think, you know, the tribalism, you know, aspect of us, you know, that's LA to me. You know, it's how people read the gangs. You know, you can, you know, so much, it's toxic, but it's you know, like the origin, you know, you get into like, we look out each other. So I think from that, you know, just accepting and putting it together as far as that connection. Then going to Southern, you know, then you see the frats, sorority, and that connection, and us banding together. And then you see, you know, coming to it, you know, Atlanta, you know, which is like Mecca. And even the aspects of Atlanta that need tweaking, a lot of transplants, we contribute to that to make it a better. So in all place, I was dealing with arts, you know, and it just helped shape it, you know, because in LA, there's only so much to be done out there. Louisiana was the base foundation training. I mean, they was having us meeting people like John Scott, you know, which at a white university, I'm pretty sure they would have been like, who?
Right.
But if you look John Scott up, anybody, I challenge you, look up John Scott. He's passed now, but legend, major figure. Right. You know, we going to hang out with John Scott and Ron Bechet at Xavier. You know, our program went to go see John Biggers at Tech again. And who is John Biggers? But in our world, John Biggers is the man. I regret not going on that trip, but I didn't miss the John Scott one. You see what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I was like, man, I should have went. And Biggers died not too long after. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But so, yeah, I think all of it connected the dots for me. Yeah.
So for me, question on that, because you had a lot of names.
Yes.
Who are some of your mentors that you look up to?
Still now, a lot. See, I connect with a lot of older, since they were all like uncles. They were like uncles and great uncles. So still, I connect with Robert Cox. He was my drawing professor. He's the baddest, to me, one of the baddest with a pencil or Conti stick, his brother, you know. So his drawing and his lessons and how he taught me about shading and techniques and stuff like that, I teach my students that now.
Okay.
I got grown students that, Mr. B, that technique you taught me was amazing. I got it from Robert Cox.
There you go. And I love that you actually go back and state who assists you with your art.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then to add to that, between Martin Payton, as far as my understanding and appreciation of three-dimensional, from a 2D to a 3D, that understanding came from Payton. But then also Payton, like, you know, little tidbits of information about, you know, your methodology, like about jazz and how that relates to the visual arts. I got that from Payton because he would always play jazz, you know, and then, you know, I'm young, I'm in there like, yo, Mr. Payton, why don't you play some hip hop, man? Why don't you play some R&B and Rakim? He like, jazz is cosmic. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm just gonna say this and keep it moving. I'm like, word. So later I'm like, he was right.
Because now you love jazz.
Love jazz. And even if setting up the studio, it's jazz is first. Yeah.
Well, you just stole my question idea. So I'll go to my next question. Ryan, what upcoming projects are you planning and how can people follow you?
Right now I got a lot of projects going on to, like, say, the group exhibition International Spirit, Persistence and Resistance, December 20th, 2019. But then also my solo show that I've been working on for a few months is called The Return of the Ghetto Bastard. And now I'm doing a solo I'm looking maybe the beginning of 2020. And I think that's probably, I want to do it at the end of 2019, but there's so much going on. I'm gonna wait. And that'll be this Return of the Ghetto Bastard as American As, and that'll be next year. And then follow me on either Instagram. I'm on Facebook under Brian Hebert. Instagram, BRN_174. My t-shirt company, I'm going to do a t-shirt launch for Babylon Beware sometime soon. So I'm definitely going to invite everybody out for that. You know, the launch at, I'm looking at Cafe 640 in the West End. You know, shout out to Jay White. That's the homeboy. He also a LA cat, you know, doing it with the pedicabs, you know, and, you know, just doing a lot. So me and him were talking about it. I just got to solidify a date.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, we want to thank you for coming today, brother. You welcome anytime.
Thank
And
you so
we
much.
got 9D4 coming up. And again, man, much blessings
Oh,
to
yeah.
everything you got going on. And whenever you need me to come out, I'm there, brother.
Thank you so
No
much. I
doubt.
appreciate y'all.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
thank you
Appreciate
so
you.
much.
Nice
So
seeing
we'll
you.
be
Nice
right
seeing you.
back with the Vanguard on Power 108.9. I
Right.
was wondering if we can get a quick. Welcome back to the Vanguard on Power 108.9. You're hearing 9D4, Project 1, Be Quiet. And we have the brother right here, 9D4. Welcome to the Vanguard on Power 108.9, brother.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's good to see you, brother. Come on up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So now I think Kathy and Kwame, Kwame has
Kwame
a
has
bio.
a bio.
Yeah.
Yes. 25 years old.
Yes, sir.
Preston, also known as 9D4. He's from the Bronx. Shout out to the Boogie Down.
You know it.
No doubt.
It says that you were born and raised on White Plains Road.
Yes.
I happen to have cousins up there too.
Okay.
Every song is a learning experience.
Yes, it is.
I like that. The inspiration for your music comes from artists like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Wu-Tang, DMX, and Hobson.
Correct.
His goal, or Preston's goal, is to send a message to his listeners in a careful, catchy, interesting structure. 9D4 has been featured in national projects and other projects for the overseas, and currently just finished working on his EP. Okay, could you tell us a little bit about that when you get a chance?
So pretty much the EP that I just released is like my learning experience, I would say, kind of trying to see how everyone would react to me having fun, actually.
Okay.
The interesting part about the whole EP and how I make music now is I don't write anymore. So what I do is that whole EP is all freestyle.
Oh, wow.
So it's not me thinking, it's not me trying to like calculate, oh, how can I make this like this? It was just me having fun. And the interesting part is 5 songs out of that EP I recorded actually the night before releasing the EP. So it was actually pretty
Wow, that's amazing.
interesting how the whole spectrum changed, because I had it set to do one thing and then just turned into a whole completely different project.
Wow.
So that was actually pretty fun.
Well, I was going to tell Brother Kwame, Brother Kwame actually knows, but you being from the Bronx is where the birthplace of hip hop began.
Yeah.
Because Kool Herc on Cedric Avenue actually is the founder of hip hop.
Oh, wow.
You know, he was on his 5th floor walk up. He was at a party and he started doing some things with the record. And next thing you know, it started a trend and he became very famous for that. And again, he was on the 5th floor. You hear people playing hip hop on the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. You went outside. The dude was playing and sitting with a boombox on a bench. A car was going by. You know, hip hop became almost like a locust situation, but a wonderful locust situation that really impacted the world. So, you know, being from the Bronx, I just want to let you know that the rap and hip hop is in your DNA.
Oh yeah, can't run from it.
Okay,
can't run from it, even if you wanted to.
No doubt.
Well,
maybe next time I'll give you a little bit more of the backstory behind Kool Herc.
No
Okay.
doubt, no doubt.
well, I wanted to ask a question. My first one was, how did you come up with that name?
Oh,
94.
Well, it was actually pretty easy because I'm a 94 baby. So I was like 94, 90s. I was like, I'll go with it. That's
I like that. I like that.
That was the
Okay.
year I was born. So, and then plus sometimes I'd be forgetting how old I am. I
So
keep
that
up with-
helps.
It helps a lot.
I
It
try
helps a lot.
to.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps a lot.
All right. So Malik, question number 1 is yours.
Number 1 is mine. Which question was mine?
You remember?
Well, it was Pablo Picasso, as I mentioned earlier. He said that our goal in life is to discover our gift. When did you first discover your gift?
That's actually a pretty good question. It started when I would say around 17.
Oh.
I mean, I've been writing poems like pretty much from young. Growing up, that was my thing, poems, and trying to write like side books. And then there was a girl. See, it always starts with a girl.
Yeah, truth
Always.
comes out. Truth.
Yeah.
So it was a girl, and then so I wrote a song for her and released it, and then people actually liked it. They were like, "Hey, you should actually start rapping." I'm like, "Okay."
All right. There it
And
is.
so it was a little weird at first because it was like trying to build up my confidence, things like that. But the day that my confidence kind of got built up was that there was a dude that I kind of admired in school because he was an artist. And there was like some dudes that just came from Chicago. They started coming to our school. They're like a family type thing. And we're sitting down and he's playing the other music, the headphones out. And he was like, "Let me hear your music." I was like, "Why my music?" I was like, "Is his music better than mine?" He's like, "I want yours. Give me that." And then so he'll always come up to me every day like, "You release music? You release music? You release music?" So it kind of motivated me to go, okay, this guy's gonna have tomorrow music out.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, that's pretty much what got me like really to keep going with it, and kind of push me into it. But nowadays I try to record a song a day. And I take things that people say. I literally got like over 354 songs. So it's like things that I didn't release, but I have to, because if I don't, I never know what people's gonna think about it.
And it's sharing
Yes.
always.
Yeah.
So we have another one. Can you talk to us about other artists that influenced you?
Wu-Tang Clan all day long. I mean,
Right.
I would like I'm not gonna lie, when I first came to Atlanta, it was a little hard for me because the sound is different. So when I first moved out here and just hearing that sound, I wasn't kind of used to it. I had to put the headphones on, put on Pandora, and just go through all the Wu-Tang, all the like DMX, like Diddy, P. Diddy, all that. Like I had to go back to the roots because it kind of like, played with me a little bit. But then I stopped fighting it and started going along with it, and it kind of made me grow a little bit more as an artist as well too. So now I don't fight anything. I literally accept it, embrace it, and mold it into my own.
Wow. I just wanted to throw something in, just like how Malik threw in Kool Herc. When the music first started, hip hop, I was in high school, and the first artists actually came out of the gangs. So they wore colors. I remember the first one, I forgot what they were called, but they were they looked like Cuban soldiers, basically.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
So they were in uniform at school,
school.
you know. So this is before that. So I was there at the beginning, you know. And by the way, I actually lived in the same neighborhood as Kool Herc. So
Oh, man.
Okay, that's dope.
so it's a whole nother thing. So you had this militaristic, this gang influence.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely trying to learn more about the back culture of hip hop, because there's a lot that people don't know about it. So I want to try and learn as much as possible.
And a lot of misinformation too.
A lot of it.
Well, I think some of the early rap pioneers, if you will, that kind of started the basis of what we now know as hip hop, outside even Kool Herc, would be someone like Bill Scott Heron.
Yeah.
He did a form of rap. I think of the Last Poet. You know, I think of the Watch Prophets. You know, I know Brian knows about the Watch Prophets. So you're talking about the genesis of this art form goes very, very deep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I really respect KRS-One. Dude is
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. And then the fact that even after he, not saying stop making music, it's the fact that he started doing speakings and talkings and teachings. I listen to him a lot too. So yeah.
Well, I remember him from Boogie Down Productions. You know, so he, like I said, he went through a great transition, and he's always been so relevant to help the young rap artists today. That's for sure.
Definitely.
So can you tell me what brought you to Atlanta?
Honestly, just a new beginning. I just wanted to try something different. Being in New York, I'm not saying it's bad, but I just wanted a different scene. I wanted a fresh start, meet new people, new opportunities, and you know, pretty much just see where it goes.
Okay. So question so far, has it been a good move for you?
It's been a good move. It's definitely been a good move. Just trying to stay focused and trying to learn more about Atlanta, like try and find a studio that I could really go to. Because right now, everything I do is from home.
Okay.
Well, we're going to go on a break right now. But when we come back, we're going to play a preview of 9D4's music right now, actually. So you get a chance to check that out, and we'll be right back in a second.
Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? You all talk too much. Posting everything on the gram, self-snitching. Brag about your chick to a dude, go and hit it. Cry in the bed in public, you unforgiving. Trying to beat the race, you same with it. Doing my thing, Cali Lane switching. My Vic with the way, I'ma beat you dogs. Don't care if you call Pete Tar. Ha ha ha, nothing to the bank. I never draw, no wild cards. Change the color of my destiny, just that easy. Uno, I'm out. You know I'm out. Loyalty and belly first, we don't play that hill. I'm always gonna be right here. But if you was gone for 20 years, don't hit me up when I hit the lottery, baby. Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? I mean, you can't read it. Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much? Dudes talking, they hate when I rap. On me beat that I snap. You trendy following trends. I don't like back to make matters. With my brother bought a purse. It makes sense. He been teaching lately. I know a lot of y'all looking at me like, you this man in these streets. I'm a regular. You know, he just think that's how they did it on standby, or they'll look at my dictionary. Can I? No, I'm gonna do it without permission. Y'all niggas need slips. Y'all niggas need this. Y'all niggas need that. Why can't you just do you?
Yeah.
I do what I want. Yeah. I do what I need.
Yeah, you heard
And I know he earned 94.
I know he Keep quiet. Hush up. Why you talk so much?
The crazy part is I had the name
Keep quiet.
before.
Hush up. Why you talk so much?
Like, so it's just 21.
Keep quiet.
So when I see
Hush
21,
up. Why you talk so much?
I was like, oh.
Copyright.
Hush up. Why you talk so
Right. I was
much?
like, that could have been my name. But I was like, that's okay. I'm cool with that.
And that's the thing about New York. If you're trying to find somebody, you're gonna have a hard time because every neighborhood you lived in, you've gotten a different nickname in that
Yeah.
neighborhood. So you might have 5 or so different ones.
Okay,
All right. Yes, we're back with the Vanguard on Power 108.9. We just played D940's song, Be Quiet. Check it out on YouTube, and we will definitely share. 94, I'm sorry. I'm about to call him 9065 like me.
All I'm going to say is this got to be age.
This got to be age. But again, welcome back, and I think we have some more questions.
Yep, it says your videos on YouTube are very innovative and has an Asian art style. What influenced that?
Honestly and truthfully, I am into anime like crazy. So
Wow.
anything like anime for me, that was like my mentor of growing up. Like, believe it or not, a lot of people don't maybe see it, but it does teach you a lot about like life, choices, decisions, things like that. So I mean, still to this day, I'm still in tune with it and everything, and Japanese movies and all that stuff. I'm all into that. That's me.
Well, see, that's that woo.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
yeah,
that woo influence right there.
Yeah.
Brother. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I love it all the way. It was, it just taught me a lot. It molded me in great ways.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Then, Brother Kwame, you got
Got the last one. Huh?
okay.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years as a rap artist?
That's a good question because I haven't thought of 10 years ahead yet.
Ah,
But
That
if
you.
I had to kind of chime in on my future self, I would say I would want to be in a place where I can develop, mold, and mentor a lot of other people coming up. Starting out from wherever I started out at and really getting into it seriously,
Right.
I've learned the good, the bad, the trust, the don't trust, the things like that I would like to kind of whack off for some of the other artists when they start out. But I want to just get to a point where I could just live my life comfortably and just make everybody happy. And I'm the type of person where I like to give. I'm very humble. I want to be at a point where financially stable, where I could do things that give back to the community, that give back to people. Like if I go out to eat randomly, like, what's his bill? What's that bill? Pay both of them and just tip. I want to do stuff like that, not because of the simple fact of bragging rights, but just because of the fact that I want to make someone's day. And even with what I do today, nowadays, I try and just be that deal breaker for people.
Okay. All right.
because what I like, it seems
Fantastic.
like on your side, you're doing the same that others are doing probably for you now.
Yes,
You have others helping you, so you want to pass that along.
all the way.
All right.
And I feel like it's kind of like the more you spread that energy, the more it cycles and
Mhm.
it'll come back. I'm a heavy believer in karma as well too.
I do too.
Yeah,
Being
that's,
from Louisiana, we believe in karma.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
And part of it's life. It's like you hope that spill into everything else because of where we are today in the world, that we do need some peace and people
Mhm.
showing that they care.
Right.
And that's a big part of it, is making sure that you give back.
All the time. All the time.
Yes, we're going to take another break. But how would people follow you on social media?
If you go on Instagram, you can follow me at 9D4 official. And my Instagram should pop up.
Okay, and you also are on YouTube.
Yes. If you type in 94 official project 1, that's the best way to find the EP.
Okay.
It should pop right on up. Click on it, like, subscribe, share, and pass it on.
How
And before we go to a break, I want to say that you can see him with a six-pack on the YouTube station. And I told him I traded my six-pack for a keg.
Hey.
We'll be right back with the Vanguard on Power 108.9. Good stuff right there. Oh yeah.
Pop it.
Oh man, does like it.
It's like what you want me to do.
When you get to a certain age,
Everybody stop like,
Huh?
keep going.
No.
and then like old man be like, "What'd you say?" Huh?
I'm gonna have to Doris to say that. Go.
Hey, but Brian, you the same way though, man. With the church just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. I want to try
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. How you pull it off?
To make matters with my brothers bought a purse.
The spiritual aspect.
I know a lot of y'all looking at me like, who's this man in these streets? I'm a regular dude.
Okay.
I'm chilling on standby. I do my thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you open up.
Go ahead. It's you.
Then I'll pass it on to you.
No.
Oh yeah. The bridge is over. You're back with the Vanguard on Power 108.9. You listen to The Bridge is Over by Boogie Down Productions. I know 9D4 knows about it. I know Brian knows about it. Yeah. So I was going to ask both of you, and I want to go to Brian first. Again, how can you talk about how, you know, your vision, your goal to spread your talent to people, to bring people up, to form these coalitions where this art and great expression can be seen by all?
Man, I think you just have to, do the work,
Right.
and it's to me automatically. We're a we people. We're not an I people.
Right.
So we gotta give back. You know what I mean? Because you preparing the next generation. You got to prepare 'em. You can't. You know what I mean? Like you teach your kids how you was raised.
Right.
You same thing.
Right.
Somebody picked you up, pick them up. Instead of picking up 2, you pick up 4.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And then they pick up more, and then we continue. That's how we build a community. It's a community. Really, nation building is what we're doing on the low,
Right.
without having to say it and blast it so much so we can get shut down.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're nation building. No, just do it. Do the work.
Do it. Right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Every person his brother touch, every young person that look up to him, and he grab him and embrace him, and he's smashing on his work.
Yeah.
You know, kids, young people, they respond to like work.
Right.
Like you can't tell me how to change a tire if you don't know how to do it.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
You know, and they don't even know how to change it, but really be good at it.
Right.
Then I'm like, okay, I got that. Thank you. You know what I mean? So we just got to do the work.
Okay. And then learning from older cats like us, or even older, much older cats. How does their wisdom impact your art form?
I think it cuts the time down in terms of when it comes to mistakes, your errors, and your flaws. If you get the right mentor, they can mold you and push you to be a better version of you. Because the interesting part is, like, when we look in the mirror, we don't see ourselves like the world sees us.
Mhm.
So, like, for me, I might say, I'm a nerd. I look like a nerdy artist, and the world's like, yo, he look like Godzilla on the mic. Yo, like, I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, you just don't know. So it's very interesting. But the thing is to stay focused and definitely try and take care of a lot of the people that look up to you, want to be in your life, and just wedge them out who's bad.
Okay. Well, I can remember people like Pharrell. When they first came out, they were looked upon as pop skate punks. But they came with some bangers, and Pharrell is a genius.
Yeah.
So I definitely concur with that as well.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, now that we have 2 artists together, just make sure y'all link up and stay hooked up together, because the biggest thing is, in the arts world, it's one, to be by yourself, but you're stronger as a unit.
Collaboration.
That's right.
All the time.
Yeah. And any projects coming up in terms of exhibits here in Atlanta?
In Atlanta, nothing currently. No, we just getting ready for the December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that December project is it, man. I'm just focused on that, getting down in Cuba.
Okay.
And then putting the solo show. So I'm working on the solo stuff now, and I'm also working on the pieces for that. So I'm really just trying to, I got some illustration stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was telling my man I got a graphic design, really a comic book character. It's straight black funky.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But I was trying to put him on hold until I got the rest of this business straight.
Oh, okay.
Now I've done concept paintings and drawings of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the visual of Anubakan 7 is his name, but
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's I want to put it out as a graphic novel.
Right. And you were doing something at university. Was there a mural that you were going to be involved in, or
we painted the murals on Scenic.
Okay, right.
It was a
Scenic,
project
yeah.
last year before last.
Okay.
Went down there. It was a big mural festival. It was 4 days.
Okay.
Brought us in and we painted. I did one dedicated to H. Rap Brown.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm still working on it. I finished it for the public, but when you look at it, you're like, man,
you're not ready.
So in my mind, I got paint to the side. I'm like, when I get down to Baton Rouge, I'm gonna jump up on the wall again.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yep.
Oh, that's cool. Now, what you have going on in terms of any shows or anything you have new coming out?
the thing that I'm doing right now is just pretty much open mics. Trying to just find a lot of open mic places, craft my skills a little bit more, get a little bit better. But like I said, my main thing, so if anyone's listening, I'm trying to find a studio, a place where I could go consistently without bouncing to all over the place. Like just go there and just like let loose, because I have a lot of riffs in my head and it kind of makes me cuckoo like a little bit. Right. Like I hear a lot of beats and rhythms and things like that. I'm trying to learn how to make beats, but it's like, for instance, when I play online with my friends on Xbox and stuff, I'll join the party. It'll be 10 people in there and I'll go through each person. Like I'll randomly like just sit there quiet. They'll say a word. I'll be like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. My boy knows what that means. I'm going to my equipment. I'm making a song out of whatever he just said, and I'm coming back and I'm playing it, and the whole party trips out. And I do it for the whole party. So now people's like looking for me, like, where's he at? Is he joining the party today? Like I got some songs like mac and cheese. I'm like, say no more. I'll be right back.
I'm with that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's very interesting, but it's all fun. And that's why I'm like loving it a little bit more now, because I'm not thinking of anything. I'm not thinking of anybody. I'm just having fun. But I'm looking for a studio. So if anybody's interested, 9D4 official, that's my Instagram. Hit me up, let me know, and I'm ready to work.
All right.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yes, sir.
You brought up A-Trap Brown in 2000. I literally lived 2 blocks away from A-Trap Brown, where he lived when they served that warrant in Fulton County.
Yeah.
I came home one night. Police were everywhere. I was right off of Langhorne and Atwood Street. Police were everywhere. I was like, what the hell is going on? Had no idea until we turned on the news. Please talk about some of the misconceptions that they had about A-Trap Brown, because we lost a police officer. One Fulton County police officer was killed that night. But the whole conspiracy about what went down. Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Man, I ain't no lawyer or nothing, you know what I mean? But I do know a little bit about it. He's like one of our last, like official, not the last, but he's one of our last OG solid, like from that era, like, you know, from Kwame Ture and Malcolm X, H-Rap, man, he's important. He's major. You know, where I painted the mural was down the street from where he grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Wow. You know, he went to Southern University. Sure did. I think he went to Howard as well. Right. You know, he was just the type of dude, he was a leader. Just naturally, they say he cleaned up the West End. Yes, he did. They say that dude came in and cleaned up, and if anything, he was checking cats that was selling dope, poison in the neighborhood. He knew what it was. He saw it happen, and everything about it. This brother saw it happen. Something Malcolm didn't see happen, Martin didn't see happen. They were already dead. So by the time like crack hit, you know what I mean? 80s, 90s, he saw all that, and then he goes in and cleans up the West End. As what in the black, soon to become, as it was becoming the black Mecca of the United States. This brother was on another level. I believe they got rid of him because he was good for the neighborhood. He was good for the community. Straight up.
Just so think of the brother with Marathon.
Nipsey Hussle. Yeah,
you know, he was doing some positive stuff, and all of a sudden, just this random drama. Came up on,
and it's still controversial. Yeah, it's not like clear cut. Okay, you know, he got hit by a rival set, you know, no. Right. Like, it's crazy. So with A-Rap, you know, they framed him really good, and then you throw in the emotional aspect of the unfortunately losing that officer, you know, and rest in peace to him, and how he had to go to his family had to go through that. So that make A-Rap look like a monster, you know, and so even for everybody connected to that officer that lost his life, again, persecute this guy, get him out of here.
And he was so low key. If you've ever been over in that area where West End Park at, that's where H-Rap reside. And he was so low key that you didn't even know he lived over there. It wasn't like he was a, you know, like a braggadocious type of person. He was just there doing his thing. This is where I had my family. This is where I'm raising, you know, this community. This is my community. And there are a lot of brothers that live over in that area. I think you talked about the West End Mall, the bookstore. You had
992. 992 Hammond's house. Tassili's
the
Raw
Nation
Reality.
Of Islam. Don't they have a mosque over there on that side too? So it's a lot of stuff over there. The Black Madonna. The Black Madonna. That's what I was thinking
West
about.
End Performing Arts Center. I mean, it's West End to me. I mean, that's the heartbeat of Atlanta. Straight up, man. I mean, the West End is popping. I stay in the West End. I don't live in the West End, but I stay functioning throughout the West End.
Yeah, I'm one of those typical black folks. First house was on Atwood Street, 450 Atwood, and I said, as soon as I make some money, I'm getting the hell up out of here. And I went to Cherokee County.
Yeah, hey, do what you do. You do what you got to do, man. But Atlanta gives you those options. That's the cool part about Atlanta. Wow. Yep. Man. Yeah, but big shout out to H-Rap. He's still hanging in there, and the brother. I mean, you talking about, man? He's still hanging in there.
Right.
Where they say he's not doing well and his health is poor and all that.
Right.
But that's you in no sunlight conditions. You in a box, a cement block.
Right.
You ain't eating right.
What they feed you,
feed you crap. Right. Just like my man Mumia Abu Jamal.
Oh, exactly.
And going blind and you know what I mean?
Mutulu Shakur.
Yeah, right. All these people just, now imagine if they was out free.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, dude, like you in that box and you still pushing. Imagine they was out here, man, they thriving, healthy, strong, eating good,
Man.
Yeah,
well, Kwame Ture was actually my first mentor who I met in Africa. Yeah, in Accra, Ghana, matter of fact. And I stayed in touch with him up until his death.
Yeah, I seen him at Southern.
Oh, at Southern University.
I saw him and Brother Khalid.
Okay. Yeah, I knew Khalid. He was a friend of me and my wife.
I saw them both on that campus. I was like, man, that's what's up.
Well, brother, I want to thank both you brothers for coming here, man. Such talented brothers as we get ready to conclude the Vanguard on Power 108.9. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and share. And go to that Vanguard on Power 108.9 Facebook page as well. And then pop on over to Power 108.9 Facebook page to check out the show and other shows on this network. So we'll check you later, and peace and blessings. Peace. Yeah. That was a great question.